Oh, welcome back, my gardening friends, to October's fruit and vegetable harvest and my little bit of a tidy up. So we've still got a few peppers left. All the potatoes are now in the polytunnel, away from the rain and damp, and I've even brought those in, especially the one that had got the volunteer tomato. These are the leek pips, so they're in the tunnel now, and these are the garlic smalls, those small little baublets off the bottom of the garlic. I've still got one more cucumber to harvest. Whether they'll come to anything there or not, I don't know, but we've had a bit of a tidy up, removed what we need to remove. Another one of the giant tomatoes there. We'll see what they taste like. And some money makers left in the polytunnel. These carrots won't be touched at all right through the winter. And the ones that I'd got for the show are still in here. They're still nice and firm, just keeping them buried out the way, and that's where I've harvested some of my crops today. The one on the middle is the telepathy. That's going to seed. That's one of my long cucumbers. I might try and send that to seed. And we've got lots of little peppers and tomatoes left in the tunnel. And in the far corner, there's 2 or 3 bunches of black grapes still left to eat. The brassica cage has now been taken down, which will reveal a small area here for my garlic, and across that middle will probably the broad beans. They're still not chitted properly yet. A couple of red cabbages left. It's interesting to see how much cabbage is in those pups. I might take one of those at some stage, and we're getting some pups come on there, so that'll give us a little bit of a leafy crop. And I've got these here. I haven't got a clue what they are. It looks like a celery plant, but if anybody can help me with that. So we've been clearing everything up here, so I'm taking home the roots, and I've been digging out round the allotment all the dandelions and the docks, so that we don't get them reappear again. Still leaving these cabbages in place. I believe I've got a reporter coming from the Daily Star if they need to take some photos, so I shall leave those in place. The outdoor carrots, they'll be the ones I'll be harvesting once I've used up what we took out of here and placed into the inside box. And I've put 2 sheets of polycarbonate on the top because with the rain on top it was sagging the caravan awning and still wetting the carrots, so that's a little bit more going to be a bit more better. I don't need to harvest any parsnips because I've still got some to use. Still taking a little bit of lettuce off that. And I've managed to find a few beans left. We're okay for celery because we took all this out. The soil out of the 3 little plastic boxes I've put in there out the way, and still getting crops off this lettuce there. The rest is gone in the middle of the screen. That's the last one there. And today I've harvested some more lettuce, and I think I'll probably have enough left now for one more week. and I think I'll take a couple of beetroot today, ready for our Sunday lunch. I've levelled that spent compost out. Like I say, I've taken a green cabbage today, one of the giants. They do taste okay, and the pigeons seem to be leaving the peacock white alone for now. I shall have to keep an eye on that. Won't be taking any kale today because I took some the other day off the dwarf leaf curled. How can that be dwarf? Feeding it too well with my liquid plant foods. Managed to find a few raspberries to take, but as we've previously said, the weather hasn't been good and they're going rotten before they're really ready. I don't harvest any rhubarb after July unless it's for the autumn show for that category, but as you can see now it's bending over quite a lot, and it's revealing all these compost bags now from the compost that I find. I've managed to get those stakes, got them pointed up and knocked in, and now the fence is nice and firm. I did say it was a harvesting video, and I've been harvesting the liquid gold from this manure bin, and as you can see there's lots of it. We'll let all the seeds on the wildflower garden self-set, and it won't be long before I can get these logs down here for some of the wildlife over the winter. Cleared that tomato plant and got a little harvest off those. Same with that one, and the same with these. Didn't take much tidying up. So that's the harvest, and those are the tomatoes that I'm going to be saving the seed, and that video will be coming up shortly. Do seem to be having a lot of trouble in uploading my recent videos. Removed all the old strawberries from the planters, and as you can see there's some dirty great big docks in the top of that. These will be emptied out, and I'll either have another go or I'll give them away for somebody else to spend a bit of time on. Lots of strawberries, but they're not coming to nothing. I've harvested a few, and I've now taken all the apples in the harvest, and there they are. Not bad for a first year, decent year. There's some rather nice Brayburns there. Taking them all, and the ones that I don't think will store, they'll be cut up and made into a nice apple crumble. I noticed that when I let these go to seed that we've got new shoots coming up, so I presume they're little pips that have grew, so I'm going to leave them to their own and see what happens. So I've cleared all the tomatoes from the greenhouse. I'm trying to keep the blight under control by removing the leaves very carefully. So all these are gone now, and there are a few of the shop bought tomatoes that I'll be putting to seed. The last remaining flower on the pomegranate fell off, must be on the floor somewhere. We'll try again next year. And I've taken all the grapes out of here because I think the frost and the humidity is playing them up. These aren't ready, so they're still looking really well. So we have a few more raspberries, some very awful looking strawberries, but by the time I've had the knife around them, they'll go nicely on my breakfast. Some large and small tomatoes, and as you can see here, some of the grapes are just going a little bit mouldy. They're tightly packed, but they do look good from one side. I do like to share with you what they really look like. But there's a nice basket of grapes there. Back on plot 3, I'm going to take one of the turnips and one of the small Swedes that haven't done very well this year. I might take these out and put them in that clamp in with the other carrots. So we've got a few long beans, they'll make a couple of meals for us. We've got some lettuce there. Now people do comment on about how much plastic I use in bags, etc. And the wife had her wool delivered in this mesh bag, so I'm going to try that out. Hopefully that is washable and something that I can keep reusing with a pull tie neck. And Robo Crop, I've just been keeping an eye on the vegetables. There's one of the giant green cabbages, some of the carrots that we revealed for the show that we didn't use, the last of the black grapes, a couple of cucumbers, numerous varieties of peppers, the potatoes from the hashtag potato in a bucket of in a pot of turds, some of the leeks that managed to salvage from the allium leaf miner, and from left to right the turnip and then the Swede. I've removed all the leeks now, bar from the one that I've treated with neem oil, and look how what a great condition that's in from this side and that side. Happy gardening to you all. Still harvesting. Obviously this year with my new raised beds I'm limited on space, and hopefully next year the square foot gardening and the Spudomatic space saver garden, I should be able to keep growing well into the year. And I may be able to use these buckets to grow lettuces in away from these others while they've still got the peppers in. Always up for new ideas. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.